Hello, everybody. Happy first day of April. This reading is for the month of April. I did the reading, I drew the cards already and looked at them because I would just initially thought I would just talk, like with my face. But then the cards were so incredible that I decided that I wanted everybody to see the cards. So that's what we're going to do. This is April 1st, 2020. My name is Angelyn Nicholson. I'm a therapist, and I have a business called Color of Kismet. At Color of Kismet, we make essential oil blends that change your life and help you move along your path. They're incredible. You can visit us at colorofkismet.com or follow us on Facebook or Instagram or here. There's so many ways. So here we go. The way that I split this up before we get started, the way I split it up was I can go overboard, and so I was making an attempt not to go overboard. I'm a Gemini, I can't help it. I did first half of the month, second half of the month, outcome to first half of the month, outcome to second half of the month. As you may know from watching other videos that I've done, you probably know that I like to look at the cards individually. I also like to look at them as a group. So interesting stuff. All right, here we go. First card for the first half of the month, the Four of Wands. This is representative of home, rest, pause, creating stability in your home, happiness in your home. I think many of us can relate to this right now. I've had a lot of people contact me and say, I feel like I'm a terrible parent because I'm at home now with my kid. Many of us struggle with that. It's like I think many of us are trying to find our stride and our balance of harmony, being able to have harmony so that we can do the things we want to do and do the things we need to do and love our families and provide a really great environment. And so I feel like very 1st of April, this is where we're at. The second card, it's the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles are about the physical. And so that can be anything from money to bodies to really anything. This one in particular is about movement. Aces are about the beginnings, the beginning of something. And if we're beginning something in the physical, then that means there's movement. This one is about movement and new ideas and hope. So we are home, we are resting, we are pausing, we are creating a more harmonious environment. We will be moving into new ideas, new ways of looking at things, and a greater sense of hope along with this movement. The third card is a Six of Pentacles. Pentacles, again, physical. Sixes are often joy, attraction. This one is about joy in sharing gifts, comfort, charity. So once we get our homes kind of in order, in our routine, and we begin to get a little bit of traction on our own experience, that might move us into a place where we're feeling more grace, We're willing to share more. It's all about the joy that comes from sharing what you have in the physical. All right, this next card is a Five of Cups. Ouch! I just ran my hand into something. All right, so this is a Five of Cups. Five of Cups is about grief, loss, transition, and frustration. Now, look, you've got Three of the Cups turned upside down. You know, the chalice is about opening and receiving and feeling, so feeling full and joy. This is more of the cups than not are turned upside down. They're empty. And that is representative of loss and grief. So as we are stabilizing our homes, our routines, we're learning to get a little bit more rest and it's feeling good. Maybe, we're getting new ideas and we're moving along. We're even opening ourselves up to sharing things and providing comfort for others. And then all of a sudden, we're sort of hit with grief and loss. Remember that this is the first half of the month, and so the first 2 weeks, roughly, of April. The outcome is the Death card. Now, the Death card, as you may remember, is less about actual death in the physical and more about transition, letting go of old ideas or old ways of doing things that no longer serves us. To me, the overarching message the first half of the month is we are not broken. We were, in many ways, made for this. It could be very difficult, but the important thing is that we're stabilizing. Hope has begun to sprung, and we're beginning to connect to others in a different way. Those are the things that are going to allow us to grieve and to move into this transition place that supposedly by mid-April we will be in. So let's move on to the second part of April. Ace of Cups, Temperance, Full Moon, Three of Swords. We'll wait on the outcome. All right. Ace of Cups, reciprocity, giving back, giving thanks. Cups are about emotion and the inner process, our intuition. It's almost like after these big transitions, after loss and grief, because, when we feel loss and grief, that's a place of surrender, big. It's so, I cannot stress this enough, so vitally important that as grief comes, that you allow it to move through you, that you allow it to, you allow yourself to feel it, you allow yourself to engage with it. You just don't let it stick around. By allowing yourself to engage with it, you are allowing it to move through you. When you do not allow yourself to engage with it, when you approach it with fear, it stays in your body. And that can come out in a lot of different ways that are not healthy or really good for us. It's vitally important. So after all of this stuff happens, by mid-month, it seems like probably there's going to be some feelings of, well, then what was all this for anyway? You know, all of this work up here. But here we are again, remembering that reciprocity, that giving back does feel good, and that it does really, really matter. You know, the Temperance card is also, it's about balance, patience. She gives freely and can receive just as easily. That is balance. That is duality. And in many ways, that's what both of these cards are about, is recognizing the duality among us, that we are all made of the same stardust. We are cut from the same cloth. We all have good and bad in us. Even if you think differently about that thing and I think differently about this thing, we can still, you know, be okay. I can still help you. You can still help me. The full moon card, which is unique to this particular deck that I love so much, is about clarity, being fully present, and releasing negative energy. It's a very powerful time in the moon cycle, the most powerful time. Well, many would argue with me about that. It is among the more powerful times, moon phases. So it's like we're finding clarity. It's like we're recalibrating after this, after the broken, after the loss, the grief, the transition. We rebalance. We rebalance because we were able to stabilize before, by the way. And so here we are rebalancing, releasing all the crap we don't need, trying to find ourselves present again. And then we move into this, the Three of Swords. Isn't that a beautiful card? I really love this card. I think it's a stunning card. It shows us, I mean, you can almost feel the energy of the card. It's about being a survivor after loss. The strength that comes from that, because there's no other way. There's no other way after watching people around you get sick, watching people around you become consumed by fear of the unknown, of what all the possibilities are. There's no way to emerge from that without being much stronger. There's just no way. And that's what this card is telling us. It's like an opportunity. It's like having an idea, having an experience that is broken. You know, your heart is broken. But the greatest thing about this card, I think, is that it allows you to reimagine that brokenness or that dream, that initial experience, idea, and reimagine it with more depth, more divinity. So it's almost like a second chance at doing life. But this time with more awareness, with more looking inward. All the stuff. This month is going to be a busy month, I think. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of feelings happening for people. But this is hopeful because we are able to rebuild our dreams, rebuild our hearts, and leave out the things that we now know we don't need anymore. The outcome for the second part of the month is the Knight of Pentacles. He's about confidence. He's about making haste. He's not afraid. His whole point, this whole thing, is about creating safety. He wants to get there. He's physical, he's pentacles, so he's creating safety and an environment for growth. What could be better than that right there after all this? I think that that's a very hopeful, this feels hopeful. Many of us, most of us have gotten to the point where we know this stuff's going to happen, These two things are going to happen. Transition and loss and grief are already happening. But we can help ourselves by going ahead and taking care of some of this stuff. New ideas, movement, stability at home, charity, bringing comfort to others. And know that by allowing ourselves to be in this place fully, that we can arrive at a place of duality and balance and harmony eventually. It may not feel amazing for a while, everybody, but it could feel more balanced. And, the cards are saying that by mid-April, it will feel a little bit more balanced. Overall, I think this is a really good card read, and it's not fluffy. It's not telling us that something is going to happen, that that everything is going to be fine and we're not going to feel stuff and things won't be hard. It's telling us what we already know, which is it will be hard. This is not going to be easy, but we have to do this together. We have to focus on reciprocity. We have to move inward. We have to focus on balance. We have to make sure that when our hearts break, that we pick them back up. We have to make sure that our home is stable as we can. Not everybody has that luxury, and I understand that. However, within any situation, no matter how grim or how dire, we can find moments of harmony within ourselves, with our creativity, with our children. You can find moments. And I just encourage everybody to do the very best that they can. I encourage everybody to reach out. I encourage folks to not be afraid to work with people like me, who are creating classroom environments online where people can talk about this stuff, because it's a lot. And there's a lot of messaging going on right now about you should feel this, or you shouldn't do this, or watch out for this. And people are sort of making fun of we're making fun of ourselves and like the way that we're handling quarantine and social isolation. We're going to make it. Please encourage your friends. Please love your family. Please reach out to neighbors. Please focus on your own journey, on your own experience, on your own beliefs about yourself and about others. Be mindful of the stories that you're making up. And hang in there. If you have any questions or comments about this, I'd love for you to leave them. www.colorofkismet.com. My name is Angelyn Nicholson, and I will see you in the morning for our final tarot reading for our final one of this little chunk anyway.